Okay.
A little messy this morning as far as myself goes. I just woke up a little bit ago and I just need to get started because the wife's going to have some company come over for some baby, mommy, me type, whatever the heck it's called. So I'm going to work on making my lathe stand. So here we go. I'm going to use, oh, and by the way, this is all, just got my, sorry, I made a beep, looks like band top 4K 300 FPS moment for you, generic GoPro. It's like not even $50 on Amazon, or yeah, on Amazon. So I didn't want to spend too much money to see how it works and to make sure I like doing this stuff. But anyways, here we go. Let me turn those 3 2x4s into a lathe stand. And I'm going to take them out here and get to work once I get. And there's the plywood for it. 2 sheets of 3/4 inch. So what the thought is I'm going to, make a stand. And leftover pieces of those, I'm going to make a little tacky after yesterday. Oh, here we go. Covers. Well, look and see that 250 to 300 square foot. Let's sit this down here. And I got that much done. That can is almost empty. I might be able to get part of the next layer, but all I was able to get out of. Well, you probably can't tell from here very well. That table is bowed, so I don't know how level that is. I want to say it's maple. Not properly dried. As you can see, it's cracked. I don't know how in focus this is. I'm so close to it. You know what am I doing? Let's turn the lights on. To loosen this up, slide this down a tad. Let's see if I can do that here. There we go. That should be good there. Yeah, that'll be good. Put this back down. Oh, that's what it stopped because I hit that back here. You idiot. Loosen this, slide this out, loosen this, pull this up, lock that into place. Get this to line up good. So I need it to be 34 and a half. Well, you can't see from there, but so I'm just going to go right to there. Hold this down. Actually, not going nowhere. And then from here, put that loosened. I'm going to slightly put that in, tap it just a tad, lock this down, and now I've got 34 and a half inches every single time from right there. Alright, what the fuck did I just do? It's only 30 inches tall. What the hell was I doing? How did I get to 34? Crap. Measure twice, cut once. Not me. Measure once, cut twice. I need to cut those down. Holy shit. Well, that's what I do. Let's remeasure this, remeasure that, and get an actual moderator. that's 30 inches tall, 30 and an eighth or whatever it was. So I must have been looking at the 2'6" and then went to 36 like a dummy. So 30 minus the inch and a half is 28 and a half. So I can take it down. Now I'm going to take this block here, line it up on this side, and then draw a line across this side. So here's the plan again. We'll have a board going this direction. See if I can find a good spot on the floor. There, it'll stand. There you go. Okay, so a board that way, a board here, and then one however far and however far. So I'm going to put a lap joint to connect. We'll just use this one here as a demonstration. Lap joint here. So I need to cut out half of this half of it will come off the same thickness as the board, or to that line right down there. And then I'm going to have another board that's going to be lap jointed this way. So it's going to be, so the only thing that's going to be left is this little corner here. Half here, and then whatever, three-quarters of an inch in. So just a little chunk there will be left. Lap joint here, and going this way to like my thumb, and then one on this one like that. So this one will go all the way across and then that. So I need to cut. I'm going to start with just cutting this section off where my finger is. But I'm going to test it on one of these a couple of these little chunks to make sure I get the thickness correct. I do have a gauge that I'm going to go get and see if that'll work. So let's see how we go on. Zero, and then if I do this, and I'm going to make sure I get it on top of a tooth, right there, and that's not high enough. So let's I need 75. 74.5. I'm going to stick with that. That should be good. You're sitting there staring at the board. I'm just going to set you down while I play with this. Pretty happy with that. Alright, it's almost time for me to go to work, so just in case, I got just a piece of 1x, quarter-inch screws, a couple of washers, holding it fenced together now, so I can slide it. I don't have to play with that, it didn't slide very well. See where it catches on anything later. Add some lube in there or something. Just take it low. That's bad down here at the bottom too. I might switch them out. But it's scrap. So now I got this set. The depth I think is set. And we will have to come back at it tomorrow. I have got to go to work. So turn that off and shut down the shop for the day. Alright, that was good fun. Alright, day, I don't know, 100 or some crap. I don't know what day it is now. I think it's day 2 of the actual lathe stand build. So I got my 4 legs cut to length this time. So now I've got the table saw set up so I can take the 4 legs, get these out of the way, go in this direction, so the top of them, and I will lay them using my nice rip fence here, the jig I set up here, which is just 1x screwed to the miter there. And I've got the depth set perfect right here. And then I just did 100 times on and across, slide it across, slide it across, slide it all the way down. And then once I got, you can kind of see all the grooves in there still. And then I just took my hammer and knocked all the chunks out of it. And then that left some little bumps in there like that. And then I just carefully took the piece and then put the fence up out of the way here, or the jig out of the way, and slowly, just while the machine was running, and just carefully slid this in until I got it all fairly cleaned up. You can see, I mean, it's still not the best, but that's not a a surface that you're going to see. So now I've got this piece here. I did a second one. Now, let's go this way so you can see better. They lay down pretty good. Now there is just a small edge right here. That's off just a little bit, so I could probably move my fence, further back, just a hair. And then that'll get rid of that gap. And then there's also, turn this, and of course, because it's the same cut, basically, there's another gap or ledge right there. Just slide it right there, you go, right here. So I could adjust that, or I could just leave it. I probably will just leave it, because I can easily sand that down and make that nice right there. But that is not too bad. It's a pretty good lap. And if you look here, you can see right across here, that's pretty smooth. I can feel a slight little bit there, but I think it's just because of it's construction lumber, so it's just got that round over. So I think it's all I'm feeling, because other than that, it feels pretty good. Let's see what it looks like with the square on top of it. I mean, that's not bad at all. Let's switch you up just a tad bit so you can see. That's pretty good. I am very happy with that. So I'm going to do that lap on those 4 there. And let's see, work the screen, there we go. On those 4 there. And I'll be back when that's done. Let's see here. Yeah, I'll be back when that's done. This is a mess. So here's what I did, just so you can see that. I just did however many cuts it is, just a bunch of cuts through that. And then I'll take, let's see how it's bouncy right there. I will take my hammer, let's see if I can see it on the screen here, there we go, and just take all those pieces out. And you see how rough that looks now? You see all those chips and just all that? Now I will take my piece of wood here and then just slowly, with the blade on, carefully slide it into the blade very slowly to clean that all up. And there we have it. Look at that. It's not bad looking. Just turn the lights on. Why do I keep doing this? Got installed lights and I don't even use them half the time. Here we go. Look at that. It's not bad. So there's one. One down. 4 to go. Alright, so here's what we have. We've got 4 legs, so the 4 legs will go. Let's see if I can get them to stand up good. One will go here. One will go, I don't know, there. And the other 2 will go going this way over here. So who cares what those right now? So what I need to do is, the way that this is going to be put together is we're going to have one beam going across this way, but then I want one going across this way. So I need to take the same amount off of this one here. So let me get my pencil so I know where I'm cutting these things at. Actually, let's just use my permanent marker here since it's right here. So I need to take off a little bit of this one. That was good, okay. So I'm going to do this here is front left. This one here will be, so this right here, this little corner is coming off. And this will be back left. And then this one will come out here. And then this little piece will come off, and this will be front. Oops, no, who cares? Front right. To the R first. And then this right here will be, oh nice, I gotta cut out that chunk of knot right there. And this will be back right. See if I can go without shaking them off here. So there we go. So I got to take out this little notch here. So when I put a beam, or the other part of it, going across the front, it'll go like lap like this, and on this side it'll lap just like that, and then going on this way it'll lap about that much. So whenever I go to cut these out, the parts that come across, I got to make this notch 3/4 of an inch, I think it is, whatever that distance is right there. It should be 3/4 of an inch shallower. So instead of being all the way from here to here, it'll be to about the tip of my finger, that much. So I have to adjust the fence for that. But right now, because the fence should be the perfect height, or the perfect setting, because that's what it was for here, I just got to take off this notch here. So if I lay this onto, take off the, we'll call it an X, it looks more like, it fell over, looks more like a Y with the X. So if I lay this on here this direction, and then notch it out like I did for right here, and then I can knock those all out, smooth it out. And that should give me the correct notches. Sounds like it's going to work. I'm going to do one, and hopefully I don't fail. So here we go. Okay, so here's what I was thinking. I got one done. So if I can get this to stand up good here. There we go. So there it is. Now if I take one board, it'll go across this way and end about like this. So like I said, this is that hole won't be there because it'll be flush up against that. And then the front beam, I need 6 hands for this, will come across like this and rest on there, if I can hold it, like this. My hands are on the way. So I just have to hold it like that for now. So that'll hold on to there, so it'll have the weight there, and then like that, and there you go. So that's how I'm going to lap these. I think that'll work. Well, there's, yeah, just don't fall. Don't fall. Sorry about that, everybody. There's one. I just got to do those 3. Okay. Now I have these 4 done. There's the 2 for the right-hand side, the front and the back, and the 2 for the front, or the left-hand side, the front and the back. Now I need to figure out how deep I need to make this. Now it's going to be holding this WEN, what do we have here? It's the, there it is, the 3424T model. So I need it to be deep enough for this to mount on top of it, and that's, well, that's only a 12-inch tile right there, so I mean I can make it a foot and it'll be plenty. But I want to add it a little bit thicker than that, a little bit wider. But I also have this Porter cable bench grinder. Well, the box for that is 10 inches. I want to put that, so it's got to be smaller than 10 inches in there, so I got to put that on there. So if I make it, well, let's see how long that piece over here that I got scrap is. Well, that's way too big, but we can use some of it. This piece of scrap is 23, we'll call it 23 and a half real quick. It's 23 and a half, which is too much. I almost like how wide it stands right there. So what is that measuring currently? It's currently measuring 22 and a quarter. Let's see what 20 looks like. So let's lean that there. That's, let's see here, that's 20. I think that'll be good. So if I do 20 inches, that'll give it a nice bit of space there. And that should be plenty, because this should be 24. Yeah, that's 24. So that'll give me 4 inches off of this, off both of these two. And those 4 inches can be used for the camera little articulating arm I want to make. I think that'll work. So 20 inches. So I'm going to cut 4 of these at 24 inches, or 20 inches, sorry. Because I'm going to use it, one, to span across these two, and then I'm going to cut another lap joint in somewhere in here on both of these two to put a brace down here. I'm thinking I'll just do it that way for this one, and then I'll just put in some pocket hole screws to do a brace across the bottom, the front and the back. I like that idea. So what I need to do now is cut 4 of those down to 20 inches. So I can use that guide. I can use this one and this one. Cut those down to 20. What I'll do is I'll set this up like I did earlier. So it'll be 20 inches from here to, yeah, probably this side. So I'll have to slide the miter down, bring this in, do 20 inches. And then I'll do the same method I did to cut this out, this lap, for one side of these, of the top ones, which, nope, I can't do the one side. I won't do any of those for the top ones yet. But the bottom ones, I will do the full lap, because it'll be a full joint through here. The top ones only need to be this distance. So I got to shorten up the fence to get the top 2 done. So while I've got this set up, I will cut 2 of these 20 inches down shave the lap joint in, and that's where we'll be. Okay, I did it yet again. So I got my, there's one down there on the floor. I got 4 of these cut to 20 inches. And then when I got done finishing this, getting these 2 sides done, and then I held it up. I was like, that is going to be awesome once I get these things cut out, right, the other half lap cut out here. And I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me. The top ones aren't going to be 20 because they are not going to overlap that full part. I screwed up yet again. So I'm either going to just go ahead and make the half lap on this side and draw a line, and then draw a line, draw a line right there, and then cut that part off. Damn it. Yet again. So that means I cut the legs at one point too long, and then I cut 2 of those too long. Every time. Measure once, cut twice. I'll learn one of these times, but maybe I'll hopefully learn on this project before I start doing anything else. Doubt it. But time to move on to cutting the half laps on those 3. Okay, like I said, I like to measure twice. No, measure once, cut twice. Because I'm an idiot. So there's the front leg laying down, and this is going to overlap like this. But because I didn't measure correctly, or forgot, whichever, once I lay it over this direction, and there we go, overlap it like this, I need to cut that section out. On this end, that end on the top 2. Because the other board down there, actually the other board, sorry, is going to go down here at the mid side somewhere. I haven't figured that out yet. But once I get the other beam going across, it needs more surface area than just that little 1/4 inch square right there. So I need to cut that chunk off, this piece and one of the 2 down there, so they fit flush against that. So I'm just going to take my pencil, draw a line, and cut it here on the miter. There. Now if I would have measured correctly the first time, that would have been perfect. But I didn't measure correctly, so now, a little off right there, but still not bad. Because the other piece, the back piece, once I get it made, will overlap like this. Well, only that far. So I can remember to measure correctly and adjust that. But there you go. There's one. Now I got to do one of those. And then move on to cutting the other half lap in here. I think I'll do it on this side of it so you don't really see that joint. But yeah, that's the side I'll do. Just gotta figure out how to set up the table saw for that. Yep, that's next. Alright everybody, day 329, I swear. I don't know what it is, I don't know, mainly to be day 3, day 4, I don't know. Next day of lathe build from previous day of lathe build, lathe stand. So here's what we got. Here's the 2 legs, and here are the 2 basically brackets. So this is going to mount in between. Actually, I'll go this. It might go this direction. I don't know. Back here we go. Go this way. In between those 2 lap joints there, and this one down at this one. So like this, and then down here, which fits pretty much perfect. Then this will fit underneath there like this. I'm going to glue it and then slap some screws in it right there, some 1.25" screws. I got my glue bot going. I bought the glue bot a month ago and just now put glue into it. So I'll test that out, see how I like it. And then for no reason, but I'm going to add a couple clamps. I've got 6 clamps there. I'll put a clamp on each one of the joints just for the heck of it. The Harbor Freight quote-unquote brand are crap, but well, I won't have to use them. I bought 4, and that's all that's left is those 2. Sawdust in here. I need to really get this dust collection fixed here. Jay Bates would have a fit in this place here, man. His dust collection system is... I'm not even going to talk about mine. But anyways, these 2 here are Harbor Freight purchases as well. The 2 blue and orange ones. They seem to be better. Not awesome. I got 2 small DeWalt's I picked up at Atwood's. We have those here in Kansas. I don't know how, wherever they're at in all of the U.S. or not, but they're DeWalt. They're good. But the blue ones are not too bad. I like those. Those are decent. The black ones are garbage, but that's what I got. They were cheap. Like $1 something a piece, maybe 2 at most. But the glue bot is about done being filled with what I have left of wood glue, and I'm going to glue those up. Be back in a minute. Oh my god, I'm happy with the way it looks. So, decided to clamp it. It's got screws in it. Screws will clamp it down. Look at that. That overlaps pretty good there. Leaves a little bit here for the front beam that's going to come across. Same thing back here. And then on this side you can't tell, but it is flat back here. And that should add some strength to the bottom, because I'm going to put a drawer set on this side of the stand. Once I figure out how big it's going to be, and then a fold out for my quarter cable bench grinder. It's going to swing underneath there and swing up out here, so I can sharpen my lathe tools, and then when I'm done I can swing it back up underneath there. But that is awesome. It looks good. I just got to finish cutting the notches out, the lap joint, half laps here on the table saw. Cut these 2 out and assemble that one, and then I'll have 4 legs, 2 sets of legs, whatever this is. I'll have the 2 done. Oh, I'm so happy. That looks awesome. Okay, there are the 2 legs. 2 sets of legs? 2 4-leg? I don't know. 2 legs. There's the right hand side and the left hand side. So now I know which one is the front and which one's the back as well. Now I need to get the distance here based off of this. So I'm going to measure. If I just take it from that wall, and here I have 33 inches. So I want to leave a little bit of space. So what I'll do is I will actually scoop this off the wall, move tailstock all the way to the, I don't want to fall off the edge, to the back right about there, and then measure from the wall out. So that gives me a few inches on this end. I'll probably never be turning anything this big, but you know, I'm going to give myself some space, although I don't have a whole lot of real estate. And it's 41 inches. I'll just take it to an even 40. And I have, all I've got left is this guy, which is not 80. If that's 40, that's not 80. So I'm out of wood. So what I'm going to do is cut that guy down to 40. I'll set up my miter saw to make the repeat cut later. So I'll have that guy cut down to 40, and then I'll measure for the lap joint here and here, get that guy cut, and we will lap joint. That is what I mean by get that guy cut. So I'll have to set up this to do that lap joint for that 1.5 inch thickness there. So yeah, let's get that guy cut down to 40 and get this set up for the lap joint. Be back after that. And there's the back brace. I laid the legs down on its side, And then this brace is upside down, of course, so I'll flip it 180. That lap over there, that lap over here, and then I'm just going to slap some glue in, and I'll probably still stick with 1 1/4" screws because it'll make it through that, make it a little ways into that. I'm going to put some glue on it, which is edge, you know, edge grain, and end grain. So it should hold really, really well right through here, but I'm going to add a couple of screws. I'm going to pre-drill them, of course, like I did with all those as well. Yeah, 2 screws there, 2 screws down there, and I'm out of wood. So, but I've got this set up for my 40. This is set up for my 1 1/2", so I can cut that half lap there. And all I can do is go to the store, pick up another 2x4 or 7, because I'm going to do measure. It should be, if this is 40, these are 1 1/2". It should be 38.5 for another board to go in between these and down there at the bottom, so I can put the bottom shelf and stuff on it, and a bracket and stuff for the grinder to be attached to. But holy crap, I'm liking this. I'm proud of myself on this one. I was thinking about doing the half laps again down here, but it would only leave that little bit of space there, and it might have been strong enough, especially with those joints there, but I figure pocket holes will do good for, I mean, it's all going to be downward pressure anyways, and there's not going to be a whole lot on that. That's why I half lap these, because it's going to be the weight of the lathe, the weight of the grinder, it's spinning, and that should be sturdy enough. And then I'm also going to, I've got, like I said, 2 sheets of plywood, both 3/4 inch. I think this one's maple, and then that's just regular pine. I don't care. I wanted the 1 1/2" thickness, get it nice and thick. And I know that's a soft and this is a good hard, but it's ugly, it's cheaper, and this is a nice and purity on top. But I'm going to glue those, screw those in, and then sweep up all this. Yeah, it's a freaking mess. First project, and I have totally destroyed this place. Dust collector needs to get installed up there. Bad. Alright, glue up, and I will see you once I get more lumber. So I just want to say, this nice mask, I think she paid $1 at the Dollar Tree for it. My wife picked it up for me. It was a gag Corona Christmas gift this past Christmas. And it works great in here. It keeps the stuff off my glasses a little bit better, out of my eyes, whenever I'm using my table saw here, because I just swept up, and it's from just cutting that and that. I've already got this, plus whatever. Well, this is a little bit here, but it's just a mess already. And got my arm, shoulder, face-ish. But, yeah. Mask, very helpful. Thank you very much, Meredith. Now, okay, the last one there. Put the cross beam across here. And then I'm going to put another beam pocket hole from this one to this one, and then once again from the front across. And then I will be able to put the tops. Yes, pluralized too. Let me take this stuff off here because it's hot in here. All I've got is those 2 doors open. Nothing besides the gap in there. There's no breeze, so it gets hot in here. I need to probably put a fan or something in, or the door. If I open up that door, which is not a door, or my windows, it would help. But lathe stand first, priorities. I can sweat, lose some of this belly. Okay, time to attach that. Cut those down, which should be 39 inches because this, or 38.5, sorry, because these are 40 minus this 1 1/2, that 1 1/2, because it's going to go here to here, should be 38.5. No, 1 1/2 is 3. 40 is 30. See, measure 300 times, or measure once, cut 6 million times. God, I was going to cut those wrong. Alright, well, let me measure with my tape measure, which, there you go, look at that. My newest daughter, who's now almost 4 months old, quote unquote, got me this as a Father's Day gift this year, of course. I don't know how a 2-month-old got a tape measure for Daddy, but thank you, Madison. And I guess you too, Mommy. Thanks, Meredith. Although Maddie gets all credit. Alright, time to get that attached and make those 2 with pocket holes. Moving on. Okay, here we go. As you can see, our pocket hole in. Same thing with this board here. So I got the 4 pocket holes. It's pretty sturdy. A little bit wobbly, but that'll be good. Once I get some weight added to it, it should be pretty good, because that's lathe is like 70 pounds. That should help out with that a little bit, but it ain't going nowhere. So I laid the small piece of 2 by 2 foot, 4 foot piece of plywood. I didn't want to get a full sheet like I did that big guy back there for this. Sorry, I'm out of breath. It is hot, but you can kind of see here my pencil line. I just laid flush up against this side, and then flush on this side, and then took my pencil and drew it across the back underneath from, well, we'll just stick with this side. So basically just took my pencil right across here, and then also across this side. So I'm going to use my circular saw with my level to make a straight edge, cut it across here, and then cut this piece out. This little section here will be my little armature for this camera I'm holding, so it won't be so shaky. But yeah, I'll cut that off and use probably 1 1/4 screws again, maybe 2-inch screws or something. I don't know if I need to go that far to attach this to the frame. And then once that's attached, I will put this on there and do the same thing of drawing it, the pencil line around it. Cut it out the exact same way as I'm doing this one here with my circular saw and my level as a straight edge. And then I'll probably use 1 1/4 screws again to attach this piece onto that piece. And then you finally get a home. Sweet. Alright, everybody. I'm sweating. I don't know if you can see this. I'm hot. Yuck. Just sucked in some sweat. Tasty. Okay. Time to get cutting. Be back. Alright, I'm not too happy with that circular saw. Sort of nice straight edge. Look at this. Going, and then, well, this son of a bitch starts curving. I was pushing straight. I don't know what the hell happened. So I'm going to try it just with my damn jigsaw there, and then I guess that guy I'm going to sacrifice my fear and try it on the table saw. I'm so fucking pissed. Sorry, that was bad language here. I'll have to see if I can beep that out. It sucks. And there's the top. Now look at this crap. Stupid circular saw. Look at that. It was cutting great, and then it started curving. I don't know what the hell. Actually, sorry, it started curving in this way. So I have to take the jigsaw and straighten it up. I might just, I'm going to leave that there for now. This is the back side anyways. It goes up against the wall. I ain't going to be able to see it. Plus I'm putting that other piece on top. Look at it. From this side, not too shabby. Pretty good. Alright, 1 1/4 screws going on this. And then that piece is next. The lathe has lost its stand for a minute. Wife got a swing for our little Madison. He's almost 4 months old. Let's see how she does in it. But I had to put it together. Just throw everything in there, screw this back piece on. I'm going to go hang it from a tree. So, yeah, bonus project. But it's looking good. And there she is, my lathe stand. You have a home now. Look at that. 2 sheets of plywood, just regular pine and some maple veneer. There's some leftover pieces from the two edges. I did not man up and use my table saw to rip that piece of maple top on there. I went ahead and still used my little jigsaw there, and scroll saw, whatever. I don't have an outfeed table. It's very difficult for me to not get too scared. I'm not use this much yet, so still learning how to use this safely. But there it is. So now this thing is going to live in this corner. But like I said, that damn circular saw uglied it up right here. So so this part is going against the wall, so we won't see that anyways. So now let's. You can't really see the whole thing. There we go. Put it in its home. So now we'll put it all up against here and all up against there just to see how it goes. That thing is sturdy. So happy. Let's move over to this thing here. See if we can. Come on, I need a good spot for this camera to sit. While we do this here. Now let's see if I can get a piece of chunk of wood underneath this thing here. Slightly angle this up some so we can see what I'm doing. Look at that! I rigged that up. Alright, I'm going to break my back doing this, but here we go. Definitely have to do something with this setting and covering those wires up there. I don't like that, but so therefore this will come off the wall a little bit, but that's okay for now. I think this will give me some room. The centers are pretty close to elbow height, where it needs to be. I got all that information from, I believe his name is Sean, over at Worth the Effort, his webpage, and also, or sorry, his not webpage, but his YouTube channel. And he also, for his dad, put, we'll just use some of these real quick. He built a lathe stand for his dad, and he took small chunks of wood and basically kind of put it one here and one here on the feet, basically on all four corners, just kind of like a little L bracket with wood, so it wouldn't shake and bounce off anywhere. There's a good chance I may do that too, but I'm not for sure yet. This thing hasn't even been plugged in yet, but now I can plug it in and give her a test run. Oh my God, I'm so happy. That is going to work, and like I said, I'm going to make a little bracket. If it fits right, I don't know. Now it looks like excuse me, I don't know how much space I'll have, but it'll swing down and fold up, and then swing out like a little shelf. Be about here, so I have to see how tall the grinder is. See if it'll work underneath there. If not, then I'll have to figure out another way of putting the grinder somewhere. Because I don't want to fold it. I am definitely not folding it out this way. I mean, like I built another stand right here. That's one thing. Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't be even too bad over here in this corner, because I don't know what all is going on this side yet. But yeah, I need a spot for the grinder so I can keep my tools sharp for the lathe. Build some shelves, and put a shelf down at the bottom. Depending upon, I may put some brackets in here. Put one go in between, and then put in some shelves here, and then that swing out. I'll have to do some measurements first, but that swing out, we'll call it a shelf for my grinder. But 2x4, that is pretty sturdy, guys. We'll have to put something on here, which is going to be those guys down there, for a pegboard style thing for my wife's running metals. She does 5Ks, like I said earlier in the video, I believe, and so I'm going to make from that piece of old edge glued wood there, and put some sort of saying. Like I said, I think I told you once again in the video, if I did earlier, sorry, repeat it. Right now it's going to be Run Meredith Run, old Forrest Gump style. If I actually get some subscribers and viewers of these videos, comment below and let me know if I should what I should put on there. But if I don't hear nothing by then, because I have nobody subscribing and nobody viewed any of my videos yet, besides one, which is just my shed workshop first video I posted, the second video total, but first one of the shed. But yeah, we'll see what we got. My Run Meredith Run thing there. Those are going to be the pegs for that. And I'll see what we can do. Alright guys, thanks for watching. There is my lathe stand.